What's up? What's up, everybody? Hoping you're all doing well. This is your girl Christine. I am back again with a very interesting video. As usual, guys, this is where you learn different tips on how to handle different situations. And if this is the first time that you're landing to this channel, karibu sana, and kindly purpose to be part of this family by just tapping the subscribe button. Today, guys, I want to talk to teenagers. You know, most of our teenagers are now at home because the schools in Kenya are closed, and therefore we have them in our houses. Therefore, I found it so important to have this video. Therefore, watch it from the beginning to the end, and if you like it, kindly share and also give it a thumbs up. And guys, today's topic is making wise choices about sex. I know this is one of the hardest topics that a parent can have with their children. But guys, I want to tell you that today Christine got you. Christine have you sorted. Therefore, the topic is making wise choices about sex. And I want us to discuss about the ABC strategy. Letter A, letter B, letter C strategy. I want us to understand what is this ABC strategy. And guys, without any further ado, let us go to the video. Now, before I go to discuss about these letters, I would like you young ones to know that you are growing up in a world full of information. You're growing in a world full of pressure. You're also growing in a world full of curiosity about relationship and sex. You will get a lot of information about sex from all corners of the world and in different fashions. And I want to tell you that it's very normal to have questions, and it is also very normal to have feelings, because that is how to become a human. You are created and you have feelings as well. Therefore, there is nothing wrong with you having the feelings about sex. Now, it is also good to know that for every choice that you make about your body, every choice that you make about your relationship affects your health, it also affects your future, and it also affects your dreams. So you need to be very, very careful about the decision that you're making about sex and about your relationship, because it can mess your future. And that is why it is very important to understand this strategy, the ABC strategy, because it is one of the simplest ways to stay safe and to make wise and responsible choices. Therefore, listen to this video from the beginning to the end, and kindly let anybody who matters hear about this video. Let's talk about letter A. Letter A is abstaining. Abstain. Oh yes, I mean abstain, because I know it is very, very possible to abstain. Abstinence means choosing to wait before having sex. Completely choosing to stay without sex. Say no to sex until you get married. Somebody will ask me, how is that possible? Oh yes, it is very, very possible, because this is the only surest way to avoid HIVs. It is the only surest way to avoid sexually transmitted infections and also unplanned and unwanted pregnancies. If you want to be safe from all these things, you must abstain, and it is very possible. Then number two, it gives you time to focus on your education, also to focus on your goals, and it also gives you time to focus on your emotional maturity. Because you can imagine when you enter into this relationship, when you even don't know what it entails, you can be traumatized the rest of your life. And it also helps you to build confidence and self-control. So, abstaining, it's the only thing that can come with all these beautiful things. So if you want to be on the safe side, then you can make a decision to say no to sex until you get married or until you are ready for it. Okay? Now, how will you practice this? First of all, set your personal boundaries. As young as you are, 12 years, you can set your boundaries because you understand what it means. You say no until you finish your education. You are in secondary school. Why do you want to have sex? You are in college. Why do you want to jump up and down? You can wait until you finish your education so that you can engage yourself to these things. And this is purely drawing boundaries, drawing your personal boundaries. Also, it is going to avoid situations that pressure you to do things that you're not ready to do. Parties up and down, going to clubs every Friday. You can say no to those clubs. You can say no to situations that can lead you to those kind of behaviors. Instead of going to club on Friday to party, why don't you opt to go for a kesha? Why don't you opt to go and fellowship with other people who are worshiping their God? So it is very possible to do that. So if you want to be on the safe side, then you need to embrace this abstinence. Then remember, no, the word no is a complete sentence. No to the things that you don't want. And also no when you mean no. Not no when you mean yes. If you don't want to do something, then you have all the right to say no to them. You say no and don't do it. Don't say no, then you start escaping at night when everybody is not seeing you. So it is therefore very, very important that for any teenager who is in school, abstinence is the best deal. So if you want to stay safe, if you want to have a bright future, if you want to have a good future, and if you don't want to destroy your life, why don't you practice letter A, which is abstinence? So guys, let's see. I would want to say that waiting doesn't make you old-fashioned. You know, many people will not want to abstain because they will be called old-fashioned. They will be called kienyeji. Who told you that abstaining will make you to be a kienyeji? It's better you be called a kienyeji and be fashionable in your future, rather than being fashionable now and be kienyeji in your future. It makes you strong and smart, abstaining. It makes you strong and smart and respectable as well. So anybody who tells you that you're not fashionable or you are old-fashioned because of abstaining, please let them know that it makes you strong and smart. Respecting your body shows you respect yourself and you respect your future, which is more important than you are today. Remember, your future in this case is very, very important. So kindly, if it is possible, and I'm not forcing anybody, it is good to exercise the first letter A, abstaining until the right time comes. Okay? Now we've talked about letter A. Let's talk about letter B. What is this letter B? Letter B is just to be faithful. Just to be faithful. What does it mean to be faithful? If you decide to be sexually active, being faithful means having only one faithful and infected partner. Please underline that. Only one faithful and infected partner who is also faithful to you. Because if you decide to be faithful and the other partner is not faithful, then it means zero work. Because at the end of the day, you will face the consequences. Therefore, if you feel that you want to stay sexually active, then you need to choose one partner who is also faithful and uninfected, so that you can remain faithful to each other. Why? Because it reduces the risk of infections and emotional pain. And it also helps to build trust and honesty in your relationship. And also it promotes responsibility and respect. Once you're faithful to each other, definitely there will be respect between yourselves. And how will you be able to be faithful to one partner? Be honest about your relationship. I'm talking to the people who feel that they cannot stay without, but for the teenagers, please let us try to abstain. But for the people who are trying to now enter into marriage level, please be faithful to one faithful partner. Be honest about your relationship goals. It is This is about you. It's not, I don't know what you're doing out when you are not together. So it is you who matters, and it is only you can make this work. If you're not faithful to each other, then it cannot work. Then it is also good to avoid multiple partners. You want to taste this, you want to taste that, you want to taste the momero, you want to, please don't have all those multiple partners, because they increase health risks and confusion. At the end of the day, you become confused. You don't know who is who, and that is why most of people end up getting married to wrong people. So it's good to choose, and you choose wisely and remain faithful to that one person. Also remember, faithfulness is not just sex. It's all about loyalty, care, and mutual respect. Don't think about sex when it comes to being faithful. It entails a lot of things, okay? Now, the third letter is letter C. This is the hardest one. And every parent will find it to be so hard to advise a teenager to go by this. And guess what it is? Letter C for condom. Use a condom correctly and consistently. If you choose to become active, then use condom correctly and consistently. Now, what does this mean? If someone chooses to be sexually active, using a condom every time during sex can greatly reduce the risk of HIVs, STIs, and also unplanned pregnancies. Okay? And what matters here is how you use the condom. First of all, if you choose to remain active and to use the condom, first of all, anytime that you're doing sex, please use a new condom. Go to the shop, buy a new condom, and make sure that you use it every time that you are doing sex. Don't use an old condom. Okay? Then after you bought this condom, before you use it, please check the expiry date. Ensure that the date on the back is not expired, so that you are sure that you're using the correct and the right thing. Then use it from the start to the end of the game. You know, don't go halfway, then you feel that I don't need it anymore, I just want to remove it and remove it. You will not be safe. If you choose to go the condom way, then you need to use it from the beginning to the end of the game. This is the time you will be sure that at least you are safe. So please don't remove it at the center of the game or in the middle of the game. Then never use two condoms at the same time. You know, there are those people who say, for me to be safe, let me put two. Please don't make that mistake. If you want to use a condom, use one at a time. Don't put two, because first of all, they can tear. You never know. So please don't use it the way it is not supposed to be used. That is why I'm saying it matters with how you use it. And be attuned to use it correctly and consistently. Then after you have used your condom, please dispose them properly. Know where to dispose them. Don't just throw them anyhow. When people are passing, they are seeing them everywhere with your stuff inside. So after you have used your condoms, please, it is good to dispose them properly. So those are the 3 strategies that one can use: abstaining, being faithful, or use of condoms if you must do sex. But it is always good to know that your body and your choices are very valuable. Sex isn't about physical act. It also involves emotions, trust, and also consequences. And the best protection is knowledge. Once you have knowledge, you are protected. Once you respect yourself, you are also safe. And also making choices that match your goals. Anytime you want to decide to do something, sit down and ask yourself, what are the consequences? Am I safe? Am I okay? What will I gain out of this? Because it is very, very important. But always remember the ABCs. Abstain if you can. Be faithful when you choose a partner. Use condom when you are sexually active. But remember, protect your health, protect your future, and protect your dreams because you are worth it. They matter a lot. When it comes to your future, kindly keep it first. Let it be your first option because it is very, very important than you are today. So don't feel like somebody will tell you that you're old-fashioned because you abstained or because you're faithful to one partner. It is all about your future, nobody else's future. So guys, if you like this video, kindly give it a thumbs up, share it, and please subscribe if you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel. And from me guys, cheers.